Hi, North Haven. This is Anna Buono, your local realtor and North Haven neighbor. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of interviewing Sandy Mascia and Chris Zullo. They run a Spotlight Stage Company, and we talked a little bit about Spotlight themselves and the fact that they have a few productions coming up this summer, and they're still looking for some cast members and some help for these productions. So take a listen, and if you or your children have any interest in being a part of the productions, reach out to them. Okay, today we are here with Sandy Mascia. Did I pronounce it correct? I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's Mascia. It's fine. It's fine.
And Chris Zullo. Sandy is the Director of Community Engagements, and Chris is the Artistic Director for Spotlight Stage Company. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here with me today on this gorgeous day.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about Spotlight, how it came to be, who you both are, and your roles in the organization?
So Spotlight started because Sandy and I served on a board of directors at another community theater, and we kind of had the same drive, and we worked so closely together, and we worked so well while we were, fundraising and trying to kind of navigate the waters of a nonprofit. And we were like, I think we could do this, and we could, why don't we make a business out of this? And it was, all right, well, if we're going to jump, let's jump together. Mm-hmm. So when we jumped, it was, all right, we're going to go out on our own, strike out on our own. And we were able to kind of build our foundation on inclusion, not exclusion. We wanted to train, educate, build people up, and motivate. And we've kind of built a team that we're very motivating to each other. We just kind of all feed off of our passion and our experience, and we just kind of keep trucking along. And obviously through the pandemic, we've kind of just stayed together, and we all kind of said, we'll throw in together, and we'll just kind of stay the course, and hopefully 2021 will kind of give us a catapult, and maybe this will be our year to kind of take off a little bit.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your background, both of you, your background in the arts. Chris?
So I've been a performing artist since I was about 9 years old. I went to school for theater, and right out of school I went to New York. I got my Screen Actors Guild card, did a few film and television projects, but my heart has always been in theater and live performance and being on stage. And I really liked to direct as well. So those were my concentrations, were performance and direction, and to marry both of them gave me a better insight into both sides. The business side, I just kind of learned over the years, and it's really just been trial and error for me. So that's been my background.
Great.
Yeah.
Sandy?
So I actually had no background in the arts until I had my daughter Juliana, and at 4 years old she decided she wanted to perform. So she took the stage, and it built this amazing confidence in her, and she developed this passion. And as we moved along, I got to meet these incredible people through community theaters, one being Chris. And that's where my passion came from, is watching young to old collaborate on a stage and be able to express themselves in a different way. I know that sports are an outlet for a lot of people, and our town is a big sports town here in North Haven, but there's also so many kids who have this arts background. They want to perform, they want to act, they want to sing, they want to dance. So it was just a nice marriage to watch this happen with my daughter on a stage. And then my passion took off, and I started volunteering, and I became president of a board of directors, and that's how I met Chris. I'm very thankful for that, because we took this leap of faith and we looked at North Haven and said, this town wants performing arts, let's bring it to them.
So I know you have a few productions lined up for the summer, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you're looking for some talent.
Absolutely. So we have auditions coming up on May 8th for Into the Woods Junior, which is our very first foray, into the youth theater production world. So it's our age limit is capped at 17. Our age starts at 7 years old, so 7 to 17, and there's roles for all those ages in between. It'll be outdoors, performed outdoors. And that'll be performed in August. And we have another production that we are actually starting our rehearsals on Saturday, which is Once on This Island, which will be performed the second weekend of July, outdoors as well. And we are actually still looking for the perfect character for Little T Moon. So it's an 8-year-old to a 12-year-old, preferably a person of color or Latina girl. You know, we really want to celebrate and diversify our cast and really bring the content of the show, the way that it's written, and even life, and you know, shine the spotlight on people of all different walks of life and all diversities and ethnicities, and celebrate talent from everywhere and from all walks of life.
So you are still looking for someone, and you're starting Saturday.
That's
Yep.
correct. That's
But we
correct.
have until July.
Yes.
Oh, right. That's right.
And they could join us anytime, and we are always, always, always looking for male roles. So if you're a male in town and you want to join our cast, we would love to have you.
Guys are always tough to find in the arts.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have to have any experience?
Not at all.
Yeah, no. If as long as you have a desire and a passion and a lot of acting, we're taught at the very beginning of an acting class. A lot of acting is listening.
That's right.
Okay.
So if you can listen, then you can learn.
That's right.
And we can, you know, we're very much proponents of training and educating, and we're patient and we'll work with you and we'll work with anybody as long as you have, if your passion can match everybody else's, and if you have a desire to be with us and to be a part of a production, yes, we can work with that and we can build upon that, because you already have the foundation ready to build upon.
That's
Right.
right. And it's educational as well, because it's learning. If you're young and you want to build that up, like I said, even with my own daughter at 4 years old, it builds so much confidence. When you take that stage, it teaches them a life lesson. So when you go into, like, you get to high school and college, and you have to, like, that public speaking component of it,
Absolutely,
that gets
yeah.
built within the theater. They learn a lot of that within the theater.
Yeah.
So we're willing to work with, teach, educate anybody who is really interested in the arts. And even if you're someone who doesn't want to take the stage, but you're interested in behind the scenes or costuming, we are so totally always open to that.
Yeah, and especially our first main stage production of the summer is all ages. I mean, we have from, 40 years old to 8.
Yeah.
So that's I think you touched on that before, is the collaboration of all ages. Like, we don't just do children's theater, we don't just do youth programs, we do all ages, but then we like to bring everybody together and then everybody build a production as a team.
That's right.
Because yes, you learn teamwork on a sports team, but we also do it as well. It's building the sets and doing the costumes and finding the props, and right now we're still collecting the talent to get rehearsals underway, but there are so many people that you won't see on stage that are working before. Before the rehearsals start, there's so many of us that are getting ready to start the push forward.
Right.
So you don't have to be on stage. There are so many roles that are going on off stage that we're always excited to have new blood joining us, and if your passion matches ours, we're all in this together. It's I always say that she's the one that keeps the train on the tracks, but if everybody's working in the same direction, then we can do it together.
That's right. And Chris is the track, so there's an outlet for sports. There's not that much of an outlet for the performing arts, and I think it's so important for young and old, and to watch that relationship being built between the younger and the older performers, or the people even backstage painting a set, and watching them communicate and develop a relationship is amazing.
Right.
It builds community. And just to give a shout out to North Haven, as awesome as they have been, we have in the past rehearsed at the rec center. We've worked with Mike Frieda and his group of people in the town hall to be able to come to places like the town green and do some rehearsals. So we make sure that we're always covered and letting people know where we are, which I think is so important.
North Haven, it's wild, not only the talent side of people in town, but also North Haven is very pro-business. So we've been able to not only have the support of the First Selectman in his office, but also there are a lot of businesses in town that have, again, thrown in their support behind us, have, donated gift cards, or, partnered with us to bring our streaming events. If we're doing fundraisers, the generosity in town is, I think this town is special because the businesses are all kind of like, it's like our company that we're going to build together. Let's all keep each other in business. Yeah.
That's
instead of being in competition with each other. Yes, competition is good, but as long as everybody's driving business into North Haven, we want to be a part of that as well. And if we can help or do something, we want to do it.
We definitely are in a great town.
We live in an amazing town, yes, and it's one of the reasons why I do these interviews, to showcase the businesses and the people in this town who really, are important and make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much, both of you, for being here, chatting with me. I am going to place on the Park Bench site your website.
Wonderful.
And the attachments to these productions. And if anyone wants to get in touch with them, if any of you or your children want to be a part of these productions, please reach out to Sandy or Chris.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.